Dallas. In third place, we have Benton. And in fourth place, Greenwood. Now we're ready to introduce the teams for our 6A Conference Championship match between Sheridan and Russellville. For Sheridan, we have Sarah Hanloser, a senior. Their captain is Dylan Thompson, a senior. Nathan Grimes, a senior. And Cameron Bromley, a senior. Their alternates are Holton Smith, a senior. Jonathan Jodan, a senior. Their coach is Roy Wilson. Let's hear it for Sheridan. Now let's meet Russellville. We have Conley Hale, a senior. Their captain is Matt Annis, a senior. Tyler Tracy, a junior. Giancarlo Syria, a senior. Their alternates are Jeremy Collins, a junior. Reagan Freeman, a sophomore. Spencer Skaggs, a senior. Olivia Drawn, a sophomore. Philip Tackage, a junior. Colin Davis, a junior. Chris Shawbrock, a junior. And Brant Collins, a junior. Their coach is Paul Gray, and their assistant coach is Brandon Cooper. Let's hear it for Russellville. Best of luck to both teams, and let's go to our quiz master, Steve Patterson. Steve?
Thank you, Evangeline. We're ready now to begin our 6A state championship for 2016 Quiz Bowl. We're very excited to be part of AE10's 50th anniversary this year, and Quiz Bowl's been around for 31, 32 years of that time period. So we're glad now to be here today, still going strong, and a great matchup here between Sheridan and Russellville for 6A. All right, teams, if you are ready to begin, we have several of the hardest questions in the world to answer you today, to give to you today, and hopefully you'll have the answers. All right, hands on our buzzers. Here's the first toss-up question. Who wrote the Emperor Concerto and the Pastoral Symphony? Giancarlo.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is right. We're going to go straight to a math question now. That's a 20-second timed question to let you show your math abilities. And here it is. Give the first derivative of the following equation. 3/6 times x to the 6th power. Conley.
3x to the 5th.
Yes. Didn't even get the timer started, Conley. All right. Two answers are required for this next question. The expression, how the mighty have fallen, first appears in 2 Samuel when King David laments the fate of his predecessor and his predecessor's heir apparent. Nathan.
Saul and Jonathan.
You're right, Nathan. Good job. All right, question number 4. What kind of storm does Captain McWhirr face off the coast of China, giving this... Nathan.
Monsoon.
No, giving this Joseph Conrad novella its title. Conley.
Nostromo.
No, I needed the word typhoon. Typhoon. All right. Opposed to freedom of the press, she herself closed over 100 newspapers and magazines. By 1947, she also owned or directed almost every radio station in her country. Identify this Argentinian political figure of the early 1950s. Conley.
Perón.
Perón gets you 10 points. Good job, Conley. Ava Perón. All right. Question number 6. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is part of this system. Its principal policymaking body is the Open Market Committee. It also supervises most Social Security payments and tax refunds. Identify this U.S. Central Banking Authority. Matt.
FDIC.
No. Sarah.
The IRS.
No, it's called the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve. All right. What term is sometimes used to refer to a low-seeded athletic team that... Dylan.
Cinderella.
Cinderella is the correct answer. Good job. All right, we'll celebrate that with some math computation. All right, here we go. Got 20 seconds on the clock. Maybe I'll get to start it this time, Conley. How many points of intersection are there between the two graphs y equals x to the third and y equals the cube root of x? Conley?
1.
No. Dylan?
2.
3 would have been the correct answer. All right. Let's go to another toss-up for both teams. What is the sum in degrees of the interior angles of a regular 12-sided polygon? Matt?
1,800.
1,800. Good job. All right, number 10. For a time, this group met in Raleigh's Tavern in Williamsburg, Virginia. Name this Assembly of Representatives. Nathan?
The Sons of Liberty.
No. In colonial Virginia, which officially convened at Jamestown in, Matt?
House of Burgesses.
The House of Burgesses is the answer we were looking for. Good job. We'll celebrate that with some math computation. All right. Here is the math for you. Solve for T in this equation. PV equals nRT. Dylan?
T equals PV over NR.
That's right. All right, question number 12. Macedonia was admitted to the United Nations in 1993. Before that, it was part of what? Giancarlo?
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia, good job. Question number 13. What man who served as deputy prime minister under Winston Churchill later defeated him in the post-war elections of May 1945? Matt?
Attlee.
Attlee. Nice. All right, next toss-up. In which conic section can you get from one focus to the other without crossing the graph? Matt?
Hyperbola.
No. Sheridan? Dylan?
Parabola.
Well, I wish you had guessed ellipse. Ellipse. All right. Number 15. This man tried to kill himself after World War II. He was nursed back to health and then hanged. Matt?
Goring.
No. Who was this commander of the Japanese military? Dylan?
Hirohito.
No, it was Hideki Tojo. All right, question number 16. Gore Vidal referred to this Texas town as the site of the largest massacre of Americans by their own government in the 20th century. Matt?
Waco.
Waco. Good job. All right, question 17. President Reagan was involved with the controversy surrounding the sale of arms to Iran and sending the profits to anti-Marxist rebels in which country? Matt?
Nicaragua.
Yes. Number 18. With his wife Hecuba, he had a number of children, including Troilus. Nathan?
Priam.
Priam. Good job. Number 19. After the conquistadors arrived, most of the population of the Inca Empire perished, not by the sword, Dylan,
Smallpox.
but by smallpox. Good job. All right. Teddy Roosevelt gave these reformer journalists of the early 20th century. Matt?
Muckrakers.
Muckrakers was the answer we're looking for, and you have ended the round. Good job. So at the end of one round, we have Russellville at 100 and Sheridan close behind with 50. And so that was a great game. Only 5 questions left unanswered there. We'll see if we have any challenges. None here and none here. All right. Do we need to make any substitutions at this point? None here. None back here? All right, so we can go ahead and start round 2. And round 2 is always an exciting round because teams that get toss-ups right also get a chance to answer bonus questions. Dylan, I'll get my answers from you for Sheridan, and Matt from you for Russellville. All right, here's the first toss-up question for a chance at the bonus. The Jewish version of this festival, called Shavuot, is Giancarlo.
Feast of Tabernacles.
No. Is celebrated on the 50th day after Passover. The Christian one commemorates the descent of the Holy Spirit from the apostles. Name this the Greek word for 50th. The answer there is Pentecost. Pentecost. All right. Tough question, but let's see if this math computation question gets you a bonus. We've got 20 seconds on the clock for this. How many yards of fencing would be needed to enclose a rectangular area that is 52 feet by 43 feet? Dylan.
63 1/3 yards.
Dylan, that is absolutely correct. I have a feeling this year our question writers are doing some fencing work around their property. That's our second question of the day about fencing. All right, Dylan, you've earned your team a bonus called African Capitals. African Capitals. When given the name of a capital of an African country, give the name of the country. The first one is Niamey.
Tanzania.
No. Juba.
Kenya.
No. Accra. Answer?
Pass.
And Mogadishu.
Zimbabwe.
No, that one is Somalia. Niamey is Niger. And Juba is South Sudan. And Accra is Ghana. But the good news is you got 10 points of that with your toss-up and kept Russellville from getting that bonus. So there's a silver lining in that, I suppose. All right, here's a toss-up for both schools. Here we go. It begins, where are Elmer, Herman, Bert, Tom, and Charlie? All are sleeping on the hill. Name this collection of free verse monologues by Edgar Lee Masters. Conley.
The Spoon River Anthology.
You're right, Conley, good job. And you have earned a polyatomic ions for your knowledge of poetry today. All right, Matt, here's the first one. When given the name of a polyatomic ion, give the formula and charge. The first one is oxalate.
C2O4, is it -1 or -2?
C2O4 -2.
Yes. Hydronium.
H3O plus.
H3O plus.
Yes. Hypochlorite.
ClO2.
ClO2 negative.
No. Chromate.
That's CrO4, CrO3.
CrO4 negative.
No. That one is -2. But the rest was right. Okay, and the other one was ClO -1. -1. All right, but 2 out of the 4, so 20 points in that deal for y'all. And we've got 2 more bonuses to go. Let's see if we can get the next one with this toss-up. Of its 282 provisions, 73 addressed women's rights and ensured them equal authority with husbands over children, right to acquire property even after marriage, and the right to function as elders and judges. What is this ahead of its time? Matt.
Hammurabi Code.
You're right. All right. The next is art bonus, an art bonus. All right. Given a work of art, name the artist. All right. The first one is The Last Judgment.
Da Vinci.
No. Adoration of the Magi.
Sure, which one?
Da Vinci.
No. Ghent Altarpiece.
Van Eyck.
Yeah.
Van Eyck.
Yes. Maids of Honor.
Holbein.
No, that was Velázquez. The Last Judgment is Hieronymus Bosch. And Adoration of the Magi is Peter Paul Rubens. But you got 5 points for the bonus and the toss-up for 15 points on that question. All right. We have one bonus remaining. And let's see if we get it with this. Ready? This number designates the century during which the last crusade took place. Dylan.
15th century.
No. It is the sum of the divisors of 9. It is the number of persons present at the Last Supper in the Bible. What is this number? Matt.
14.
I needed 13. All right, well, no harm done there since neither school got it right. Let's try to get the bonus with this toss-up. Fritz, Ernest, Jack, and Francis are the 4 shipwrecked sons of a Swiss gentleman in what 1813 novel set on an island in the South Pacific and written by Johann Rudolf Weiss? Well, I thought Swiss gentleman would give it away. It's the Swiss family Robinson. All right, the next question. Finish this statement of Kepler's first law of planetary motion. Planets move in elliptical orbits that have the sun as one of their... Matt.
Apogees.
No. Sheridan? The answer is foci.
Foci.
All right, to question 28. What tiny hairs in your throat serve to sweep foreign particles? Cameron.
Cilia.
Cilia earns you the last bonus. Good job, Sheridan. And Cameron, we appreciate that. Islands is your bonus category. Identify the nation that is in charge of the following islands or island groups. Dylan, the first one is Orkney.
Spain.
No. Canary Islands.
Spain.
That one's Spain, good. The Shetland Islands.
England.
Yes. Galapagos.
Ecuador.
Ecuador, good job. The Orkney Islands was also the United Kingdom. All right, Bud, you got 3 out of the 4, and more importantly, maybe you've taken us out of round 2. A great round 2 for both teams. And at the end here of the round, we'll see if we have any challenges. None here. No challenges here. All right, so at the end of round 2, we have Russellville 135, Sheridan 85, a very close and exciting game. And that means, Sheridan, that you'll get to pick first from our 3 lightning categories. And here they are. Vice presidents. Identify the president under whom the following vice president served. Pulitzer Prize-winning authors. Identify the author of the following Pulitzer Prize-winning novels. And finally, famous Williams. Identify these famous Williams from the present and the past. Kind of an all-inclusive category there with Williams. All right, you have 60 seconds to decide.
Well, Bill, right now, Russellville is looking pretty good.
Well, yeah, but it's a little closer than you think.
Okay.
And Sheridan just brought it in a little bit closer, too, just a minute ago when they answered that last bonus question and did so well with it. This game is far from being over. However, let's reflect back. It was Little Rock Christian that came up and didn't quite make the championship last year, but won this year.
Yeah.
Russellville's in the same boat.
Okay.
We have a lot of players that were here last year that were competing, and that makes a difference. If you've been here before, if you've gone through this before, you know what to expect. It makes a little bit of difference. I do want to mention something about this educated guessing.
Yes.
And we've seen it all day long.
We sure have.
That comes from preparation. There are answers back there in your head that if you will just trust yourself, get on that buzzer, and the first thing pops in your mind, give it to you.
Okay.
Almost 9 out of 10, you're going to be right.
Okay, so going into this next round, what do they need to focus on?
Well, you know, just listening to the 60-second rounds, there are 2 of those that I think that either of these teams could come close to running, if not running it. So let's say Sheridan picks one that they've been studying and they run it. They're going to get 20 bonus points.
Okay.
Boy, that puts them right back in the game. It'll be nip and tuck in the last.
So everybody needs to take a deep breath.
Yes.
Stay focused, listen very clearly, and just give those answers.
That's right. Like I say all the time, your competition is between you and the question, not you and somebody sitting over next to the other side.
All right, I think we're ready to go back to the match.
Welcome back to a very exciting 6A State Quiz Bowl Championship, and a very close game with just a few points separating Russellville and Sheridan. And this lightning round could mean the difference here. We'll see if it does. We're going to begin first with Sheridan. They got to pick their category first, and they chose Famous Williams. And then Russellville will follow up with their category, which was, if I remember correctly, Vice Presidents. All right. All right, we're putting 60 seconds on the clock, Dylan, and when you're ready to give an answer, make sure you lean into that mic and tell me what your answer is. Identify these famous Williams from present and past. Ready? The military leader who cautioned, don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes.
William Carpenter.
The colonial leader who organized the observance of the first Thanksgiving Day.
William Penn.
No, the publisher of The Liberator.
Pass.
A U.S. president who later became Chief Justice.
William Taft.
Yes, the British leader in the Battle of Bunker Hill.
William Howe.
Yes, the American explorer who led an expedition to the Pacific coast with Meriwether Lewis.
William Clark.
William Clark.
Yes, the third president to be assassinated.
William McKinley.
Yes, the president who served the shortest term.
William Henry Harrison.
Yes, the peerless leader of the Democratic Party. There's our time before you gave an answer, so that question will not pass over. All right. Little slow start there, but once you got on a roll, you were doing great there. But we do have the first three, I believe, judges to pass over. So, Matt, let me give you these famous Williams. The military leader who cautioned, don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes.
Bradford.
No. The colonial leader who organized the observance of the first Thanksgiving Day.
Bradford.
That's Bradford. Good. And the publisher of The Liberator.
Garrison.
Garrison is correct. The one that neither team knew was William Prescott. And the one that time ran out on for us, the peerless leader of the Democratic Party, was William Jennings Bryan. And we didn't get to number 10, our 42nd president and our old favorite son, Bill Clinton. But now it is time for Russellville to have a chance to do just as well, or perhaps better, on their lightning round. Dylan, you be ready for any bounce backs they may give you. Matt, your category says to identify the president under whom the following vice president served. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Alban Barkley.
Truman, yeah.
Truman.
Yes, Martin Van Buren.
Just take, Jackson.
Jackson.
Yes, Dan Quayle.
H.W. Bush.
Yes, Teddy Roosevelt.
Fairbanks.
Fairbanks.
Yes, Fairbanks.
Fairbanks.
No.
That's his vice.
William Wheeler.
Hayes.
Hayes.
Yes, Thomas Hendricks.
Cleveland.
Yes, Nelson Rockefeller.
Ford. Okay, it's
Ford.
Yes, Charles Fairbanks.
Okay, this Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes, Hubert Humphrey.
LBJ. Lyndon B. Johnson.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yes, John Nance Garner.
FDR.
FDR.
Yes. All right, great job. 9 out of the 10 for Russellville.
Yeah,
All right, now, Dylan, they did leave you one to try to get 10 points on, and it is Teddy Roosevelt.
McKinley.
McKinley would have been the correct answer. Yes, good job. I didn't recognize the president you gave as your answer, but that's all right. All right, unless we have some challenges, which we don't have any challenges, then our score at the end of 3 is Russellville 245, Sheridan 145, with 200 points still up for grabs, both these teams very much in this contest. We do have substitutions to be made, so we'll take a short break while they make their substitutions. Welcome back to the 6A Quiz Bowl Championship for 2016. And we are at the end of the match practically with our 4th round, but still 200 points up for grabs with our 20 questions. And both teams, we wish you good luck. You've both done a great job, not only in this match, but all through the year. These two teams have been great teams, and we appreciate you for that. But we have to crown a 6A state championship here in just a moment, and so good luck to both teams. This is all toss-ups and individual work, so here we go. Which empire reached its maximum territory in 1683? Dylan.
Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman Empire, good job. This pagan god is most frequently associated with the goddess Asheroth. Who is this Phoenician god of rain and fertility? Matt.
Ball.
Yes. Math computation. So we'll put 20 seconds on the clock and ask you to answer this math problem. Find the limits as x approaches -2 of the quantity -2x minus 4 closed quantity over the quantity x cubed plus 2x squared closed quantity. Wow, Dylan, go.
0.
No. Conley.
-1/10.
No, -1/2 would have been the answer. All right, tough math problem there. All right, let's go to number 34. This Russian author was almost executed while in prison. Name this man who wrote The Idiot, The Brothers. Conley.
Dostoevsky.
You're right. Question number 35. What European river, the second longest in Europe, flows to the capitals of Belgrade? Dylan.
The Danube.
Yes. All right, question 36. An electrostatic device for building up a high electrical charge is comprised of a belt, a source of electrons, and a hollow metal dome. Matt.
Capacitor.
No. What is this device? Cameron.
Transmitter.
No, it's the Van de Graaff generator. All right. Euclid's Elements has been used as a basis for teaching geometry for well over 2,000 years. The first edition appeared in print about 30 years after Gutenberg invented his printing press in 1455. But in what language was Elements originally written? Matt.
German.
No. Dylan.
Greek.
Greek would have been the correct answer, yes. All right, question number 38. The nobleman in whose court Valentine seeks his fortune in Two Gentlemen of Verona and the exiled Prospero from The Tempest are both dukes of what northern Italian city? Dylan.
Milan.
Milan, good. Question number 39. What name is given to a squid that has been prepared for eating? Giancarlo.
Calamari.
Calamari is right. They're kind of squishy, but I like them. All right, math computation for number 40. The cosine of an angle is 3/5. What is the tangent of this angle? Matt.
4/5.
No. Cameron.
3/4.
No. 4/3 would have been the correct answer. All right. Math is kind of stumping us today, but there's only one more in the round, so don't panic too much. All right. Here's question 41. What weather phenomenon does the Beaufort scale measure? Conley.
Hurricanes.
No. Dylan.
Tsunamis.
No, you're both on the right track. It's simply wind speed. Wind speed. All right, question 42. This year, college basketball players have 5 fewer seconds on the shot clock. What is the new time? Dylan.
30 seconds.
You're right. Question 43. Different from an auxiliary verb, its examples include am, remain, taste, and smell. Sarah.
Linking verb.
Linking verb is the right answer. Good job, Sarah. Question 44. Give me the adjective describing fractions that name the same number or amount. Conley.
Equivalent.
Equivalent is the adjective. Nice. How many notes make up John Cage's piano composition? Conley.
None.
None. Yes. It's a joy to listen to, though.
Yeah.
All right, question number 46. This American sculptor remarked, disparity in color, size, weight, and motion is what makes a composition. Identify this man whose lobster trap and fishtail was the first. Nathan.
Calder.
Calder, the man famous for mobiles, isn't he? All right, good. What term refers to the use of computer systems to aid in the creation? Matt?
Automation.
No. Modification, analysis, or optimization of a design. Dylan?
Robotics.
No, it's CAD, computer-aided design. All right, identify the Italian author whose best-known works include Foucault's Pendulum and the 1980 historical mystery novel, The Name of the Rose. Conley.
Echo.
Eco is right. Question number 49. What is the most widely used index of inflation in the United States? Giancarlo.
Thesaurus.
No. Sheridan? It is the Consumer Price Index. All right, math computation. Divide 3/8 by 9/14 and express your answer as a proper fraction. Dylan?
7/9.
No. Russellville? Conley?
7/13.
7/12 was what we were looking for on that answer. And math continues to stump us, but here's the good news. That was the last question of the match. And we'll see if we have any challenges. None here. None here. So at the end of the match, we have Russellville 305, Sheridan 215. Sheridan is our 6A runner-up. Russellville, the state champion for 6A.
That was another good one, Bill.
That was a good one, you bet. And I won't be surprised if we don't see Sheridan come back again, because they did some very good playing. And right there when they knew that they were running behind, they began to play even better.
Yes.
So, and that's a good sign. A little more dedication, a little more time. Remember, Russellville was here last year, came up a little bit short. What's the old saying? If you don't first succeed,
That's
try
right.
again.
Try
Well, that's what
again.
they did, and
They
we've
did.
seen two teams that have done that. They came up a little short last year. Hey, they came back, and now they're state champions.
So what was the key to the win?
Well, knowledge, I mean, that's the big thing. And the fact that they were aggressive on the questions. There was a lot of anticipation during this match and some educated guessing that was going along. But the basic thing is preparation before you get here. I mean, you've got to put in a lot of time before you get here.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to the set for the awarding of the trophy and the check with Janet Buford and Kelly Holt.
Congratulations. This was a really close game. Dylan, I want to present you with the second place trophy for Sheridan. Great job.
And here is a check for $1,500 for scholarship. Great run, Sheridan. Congratulations. Look to seeing you coming back sometime.
Russellville, the championship trophy right there. Congratulations.
And for academic excellence, here's a scholarship for $3,000. Congratulations, Russellville.
And our MVP is Dylan Thompson. I want to present you with that trophy and this medal. Great job.
And we have a check for $150 for scholarship. Congratulations.
Yeah, put that right there.
And now for the 6A All-Tournament team members, Carolyn Schry.
Well, folks, these MVPs were neck and neck. Couldn't call it till one or two questions before the end. They were that close. And Dylan squeaked it by in those last few questions with an average of 8.5 to make MVP. Matt, though, had he answered one more question, would have tied him. And he was at 8.25. So we're talking a super neck and neck race here. But we also have the rest of the all-tournament players who from the 6A, which were Jackson Mitchell of Greenwood, Cameron Fontaine of Alma, Conley Hale over here, also from Russellville, and Brady Martin from Texarkana. But this time, and for the first time today, we have a high point player. And that is someone who played in one of these state tournament games and had a higher average than both of these guys standing up here. Actually, had a 10.8 average, and that was Sam Bell from Benton. Congratulations to all of them.
My name is Matthew White.
My name is Johnny Barham.
I'm the 9th and 10th grade English teacher here at Atkins High School.
I am a senior high math teacher at Atkins.
This is my first year doing Quiz Bowl.
This is my 3rd year coaching Quiz Bowl.
Having a blast with it. My favorite part about it is getting to create those opportunities to see a lot of students involved that traditionally may not be involved with a lot of other clubs and organizations. And we know that students who are involved in extracurricular activities tend to be more successful academically. And certainly Quiz Bowl is a great example of that.
It taught me that I needed to just focus and learn a category or a subject really in depth.
When students first get involved in Quiz Bowl, I encourage them, don't be intimidated. We don't expect you to know everything at first. It takes time to memorize an entire dictionary. But what we want them to do is come in with a positive attitude, don't be discouraged, and just soak it up.
What we do is we practice after school 2 days a week on Wednesdays and Thursdays for about an hour.
When I was in high school, I was on the Quiz Bowl team. We did not have a very solid Quiz Bowl program. So basically, right before the district tournament, they found some random kids, stuck us in a room and said, you're going to be the Quiz Bowl team. And it was a dreadful experience. And I'm glad that the school I'm at now, Atkins High School, we have a real team that practices, that meets, that goes to tournaments throughout the year.
I actually started with Quiz Bowl in 2000 when I was a 7th grader. I've been playing from middle school all the way up through high school and college, and now that I finished college, I've gone back to be a coach. When I took over at Atkins, they actually were kind of a dormant program. They had a team off and on and weren't really high competitor in sports, so I've took over a team that was fairly new. I recruited a lot of players that had never played before, and this is something I've built up from the ground up, so to say. Actually, our first year, you know, we took some hits, and we finished 3rd at regionals, and I got to go to state, though. Last year, our 2nd year, we actually won a regional title and then made it to the quarterfinals at state. So I'm looking forward to this year.
And I'm always impressed by how quickly they can memorize information and start applying it. And we'll have a student who's only been practicing with us a couple of weeks, and they're already getting a lot of questions, and we'd love to see that enthusiasm that they bring to it.
We play a lot of invitational tournaments on Saturdays. So far at this point this year, we've been to 4 invitational tournaments. Just like anything else, the best way you're going to improve is match play against other schools.
And then towards the end, when they're leaving Quiz Bowl, we had some last year that graduating, going on to college, and they still want to come back and practice with us. They still want to go to our tournaments because they love what we're doing and they miss being a part of the team. And that means a lot to us to see that.
My name is Preston.
My name is Tristan. This will be my 2nd year.
Matthew Jensen.
I'm Victoria Jones, and I just started this year.
Cole Cody.
Audrey DeLull.
My name's Silas. I've been doing this for like 1.5 years.
I am Sean Lusby. This is actually my 1st year here.
Well, one of my teachers just asked me, since I performed well in the classroom, she asked me if I would join, so I just tried it and I've stuck with it.
Weekly, I'd say I spend about at least 10 hours a week studying.
Probably a few hours.
4 hours, maybe. And what I like best about it would have to be being around people who are like-minded and people who really, understand how I think.
I just like being with friends.
We enjoy practicing and we enjoy going Saturdays to tournaments and such. So it's really fun.
I like best just being able to learn more things about history and just miscellaneous things.
We're a close-knit family.
And it helps me be able to see people on Saturdays and hang out with people, and I have a lot of fun doing it.
I like that feeling whenever you answer a question right.
It definitely progresses my knowledge.
it brings me to study materials and actually works on my ability to take something and then focus on it and learn it.
There's a lot of challenges to it. You learn a lot of new things. You meet a lot of new people.
My favorite subject is literature.
Oh, I love doing English.
Chemistry is my favorite subject.
Planetary stuff.
I also do math as well.
My favorite formula is phosphate, PO4, -3.
It's going to help them down the road academically and in the job.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the year and Red Devil Pride.